100th anniversary of the first World Cup, which was played in Uruguay. Herc, are you cool with this multi-continent World Cup?
No, I am not, Sebastian Salazar. What a joke.
Sorry, I couldn't get that out with a straight face.
What a joke. FIFA, you are a joke. The 100th, the centennial, 100th year anniversary of the World Cup, I can see them trying to do something with Uruguay. Uruguay is the smallest nation competing at the World Cup, and any World Cup they're probably at. They don't have the infrastructure, the organization, the economy right now to host a World Cup. So they tried doing it with Argentina. Argentina doesn't either. The country is in a grave economical situation. They don't have time to think about soccer and hope that they put all their eggs in one basket and it fixes their problems. That's not what it's about. And then Paraguay comes in here. Why? Why is Paraguay in the mix? Because Alejandro Dominguez, the president of CONMEBOL, is from Paraguay. So all of a sudden they're like, well, all three of us are doing. So what FIFA does, because this is what FIFA does, okay? This is how sleazy FIFA is. They want to appease everybody. They want to appease the voters. Grease the wheels here, grease the wheels there. This is what we'll do. We're going to make it, okay? We're going to give it to Morocco. We're going to give it to, Portugal and Spain. But we're also going to give you guys a game each. How about this? A game in Argentina, a game in Uruguay, and a game in Paraguay. And you guys get automatic bids. There you go, Paraguay. An automatic bid for your president of CONMEBOL. And Uruguay and Argentina get one game as well. And here's the kicker. After that one game, Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, and whoever they face will travel more than 9,000 kilometers to different continents, maybe Africa, maybe Europe, for their next group game. And in a genius stroke by FIFA, they eliminate South America, Africa, and Europe in the World Cup rotation. And guess what? Look who's primed for 2034 World Cup. Our good friends, Saudi Arabia. And you know what's worse? We're announcing the 2030 World Cup before the 2027 Women's World Cup. FIFA, you're a joke.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up, Herc. People always scream about the revenue difference between the Men's World Cup and the Women's World Cup. Well, why is that? Why is that? Maybe it's because we're planning for the Men's World Cup in 2030 before we plan for the Women's World Cup in 2027. I think there's one other point to make here, and you and I have been in each of the last two World Cups, Herc, in Qatar and Russia. And it's wonderful to include everybody, and it's great that FIFA kind of hangs on to that as the reason that they do this, when we know it's really ulterior motives. But when you're in one place, there's something very special about the vibe of a World Cup. It feels like you are truly at the center of the universe. We had less of that in Russia because it's such a huge country and it was so spread out. We really noticed it, or at least I'll say I really noticed it in Qatar, because it was all basically in one city. And there's something very special about that vibe. I don't think if you do a World Cup, what did you say, 9,000 miles? I don't think you can keep that special vibe, right, between Spain, Portugal, Morocco, Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay. And by the way, apparently Spain and Morocco are still fighting over who gets to host the final. So that thing that makes a World Cup unique, that really makes it special, I think you lose if you do this.
Yeah, and you go corporate, because who can afford it? And what about the fan? You're telling the fan now they got to plan for 3 different continents? And forget about the actual product. You don't care about the players, making them travel almost 5,000 miles in between group stage games. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's gotten worse. It'll continue to get worse. If you thought FIFA had changed after Joseph Blatter, Jack Warner, and CONCACAF, all that stuff, it's not. This is proof. The proof is in the pudding right here. What they want to do is appease everybody and get to the bottom dollar.
Yeah, you mentioned Saudi Arabia. As soon as the news about 2030 came out, Saudi Arabia went all in on their 2034 bid. So it seems like they got the memo from FIFA as well.